Hello and welcome to the ScatterVolt channel, and today I like to bring to you the 5th episode of Super Smash Builds, the show where we go over real builds by real people. In today's episode, we're going to be covering the top 5 submissions as voted on by you guys for the month of August from the ScatterVolt Discord server. Likewise, if you don't know yet, all the winners of the Super Smash Build series have a chance to win my own personal RX Vega 56 graphics card that is going to have a signature on the backplate. And of course, every month, the winner will have a really cool perk on the ScatterVolt Discord server. So definitely something cool to pitch in on. And plus, I mean, you'll get to win my graphics card if you're chosen out of the 12 winners at the end of the year. Anyways, if you want to submit your build for Super Smash Builds, then do join the ScatterVolt Discord server. And from there, you can read up the rules and all the special things, which by the way, do read the rules because we are very picky on submissions. So if you want a chance to win my card, you gotta make sure you follow the rules. And these submissions you're about to see are going to be great examples of what to do. Anyway, submissions are currently closed, but they will be opening up very soon for October at the beginning of next month. So if you have any Halloween themed builds, then this may be your chance to win. Anyways, without further ado, let's get started with the number 5 submission, which is by Chronic Depression, aka the Young Scott build. Anyways, it's a black and white themed PC. Let's quickly look at the specs before we continue. We have an i7-7600K, a Corsair H55 CPU cooler, an ASRock B250 Pro 4 motherboard, 16GB of Corsair Vengeance LED RAM. Interesting, another build with 16GB, a Western Digital Blue 1TB hard drive, a GTX 1070, an NZXT S340, an EVGA 500-watt power supply, and including peripherals for about $1,500, okay? Anyways, let's quickly read up the description. So, in his words, I use this PC for gaming, usually PUBG and Rainbow Six Siege. It took me a day to build and I love it. I haven't had much problems with it. It used to have a GTX 1050, but I've upgraded it since it was very slow. I've had it for about a year and it still works amazing. I use it for editing sometimes, of course. You want to use that i7, right? My power supply is also not in the pick because it is under the motherboard. Most of the parts in the computer were lent by my brother, which was this i7-7600K and 1TB hard drive. Okay, interesting. Anyways, of course, you upgraded that 1050 to the 1070, and you say that your cable management is kind of and that the HDD is very slow. Okay, I would definitely look into upgrading to an SSD or M.2 drive in the future, especially for the caliber of your system with the 1070 and i7. That'll definitely solve the slow loading times. Anyways, you really love this gaming PC. It does amazing in all ways. That's good. It's good for 1440p gaming and it can do a lot of things. I just can't show how much this excels. Feel free to comment about it and have a great day. Aw, thank you. I mean, your Discord name's kind of counterintuitive to that, but thank you. Let's go ahead and check out those pics. So here is your Young Scott build. Okay, all right. I do like the black and white color scheme. It looks a little bit weird because the camera quality isn't the best, so I can't really get the correct white balance, but hey, that's fine. Of course, you have your Discord username right there in one of the photos. That's what we're looking for. Good job on that. The cable management from behind, I won't judge because you can't see it. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes my computers look like that from the behind. Interesting you included that. Anyways, of course, you have that white NZXT S330 case, and there's your score of 11,930 with that i7 and 1070. Okay, not bad. I would say next time if you wanted to resubmit your build, get better quality photos because you have a good looking system. I just feel like you could have presented it better because it's got all the goods, it's got the specs, we could use maybe a little bit more interesting story clicks here and there, but regardless, congratulations on making the number 5 spot. Now here we have my first PC at number 4 from Moppy. Anyways, this is an interesting computer because this guy is international. He's from Colombia. So let's see what parts he has. He has a Ryzen 5 2600, an ASRock AB350 Pro 4 motherboard, 16GB of Evo Potenza RAM, okay, at 3000 megahertz, an ADATA Ultimate SSD, an ASRock RX 580 graphics card. That's interesting because, as we all know, ASRock just started making graphics card. Interesting pick. And then you have an AeroCool Aero 500 case and an EVGA Supernova G3 power supply, which you got for about under $1,000. not bad. In your words, this was my very first time building a PC from scratch. I spent a lot of time since the beginning of 2018 feeding myself with info about building computers and getting the right parts and all that. I started watching Linus Tech Tips, ScatterVolt, that's right, JC2 Sens, Geared Inc, and all that. And when I say a lot of the time, it is really a lot. Oh yeah. Tech content goes so deep. It's like a rabbit hole. Anyways, you're from Colombia and you started your college and your parents paid around 700 USD and you did get a scholarship. So for your second term, your parents said they would give you money for this computer. Great. Anyways, the best deal that you got was the GPU and motherboard for $300 on Newegg, that being the Ryzen 5, or no, not the Ryzen 5, the RX 580 and the ASRock AB350 motherboard. Interesting. And of course, since you're in Colombia, the prices are going to be very inflated, so that's why you took the time to wait for these parts, because you're going international in terms of buying these parts from Newegg. Smart choice, because from what I've heard, a lot of PC parts in South America are crazy inflated. And interestingly enough, the house PC you're using up until this point was an FX 8350, GeForce 8400 GS, and then 8 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM. I mean, yeah, the processor, it's just the graphics card is poopy. That is really cool. I'm glad that you've had such a major upgrade. And let's go ahead and check out your computer. Here's your superposition benchmark. 8,075. Yeah, it's a little bit low, but I mean, let's be real. For a computer that's like your first computer, that being a 580 and Ryzen 2600, I mean, not bad. My first computer was like a low-end i5, no, not a low-end. It was a 2500K and a Radeon 7770, and that would pale in comparison to this. Anyways, let's go ahead and check out the photos, and may I just say, I love the setup. I dig the background. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the computer looks pretty standard. The origami, right? I'm sorry if I mispronounced it, but that origami paper, oh wow, that's really good. Okay, sorry, I'm kind of speechless on that. There's your Discord username, and there you go. That tiger background is awesome. Really cool, man. I mean, in terms of aesthetics and looks, it looks pretty plain. I mean, I'm just gonna say that up front, but I like that this was your first computer and that it definitely has the power to probably run the games that you're looking for. But of course, though, that background and the tiger, that is so cool. Awesome job with that. Anyways, thank you for submitting, and now let's move on to number 3. Now this is actually by one of the trial moderators on the ScatterVolt Discord server, that being Shane, and this is his submission called My Woke. So yeah, very clean looking photos from what I can see, but let's go ahead and quickly look at the specs. He has an i7 4770K, a cryo rig, CPU cooler, an MSI motherboard, 12 gigabytes of RAM, a SanDisk SSD with 120 gigabytes of storage, a 1TB Western Digital Green hard drive, a 1060, a Bitfinex Nova ATX mid-tower case, and a Corsair CXM power supply. And you know what, from what you can tell, this is probably going to be a fairly budget used sort of journey PC. I can probably tell this has been a long work in progress. Now Shane, I know you go super in depth with all the parts, but we gotta make time on this video. However, I will mention the story behind upgrading eventually to this computer, because I feel like it's really interesting to share. When you first started wanting to get a PC, you originally got a laptop for Christmas, which was terrible. So you actually convinced your mom to trade that in for her desktop, which had an i3 550, which that is a very old desktop platform for Intel processors, and an HD 5450. I mean, that's probably gonna be faster than your laptop. Anyways, it looks like at first for Christmas, you wanted a 750 Ti and a power supply, and what actually came was a 520 watt power supply and a GT 730, which, oh, that sucks, man. And then eventually you went to Best Buy and you wanted to return it, but that didn't happen, of course. But eventually you did get around to a 750 Ti, but you couldn't afford it. But through talking to one of the store managers from your mom, you were able to get a discount on that 750 Ti and get it for a discounted price. And then you eventually upgraded to that i5 750. So many words, man. And that greatly improve your performance over the i3. Most definitely. I mean, the i5 that i5 series is probably a quad core, and that i3 was a dual core, so of course the difference is going to be huge. But even then, you got a GTX 960, and you thought the i7 750 wasn't that great, so you got an i7 860, still didn't cut it, so you finally upgraded to an i5 4590. And of course, you upgraded to the i7 4770K. Oh my god, so many numbers. Anyways, though, interesting story. But regardless though, what you really put on the main driving point home with this computer is that you went from gaming on a super low resolution poopy PC at 800 by 600 to now a pretty fully fledged 1080p, if not 1440p gaming PC with that 1060 you got in there. So definitely a long journey, but certainly well worth it. So let's go ahead and check out the photos. I can see though you have the custom PSU shroud, very interesting choice. And you have some custom cable management, very clean looking build. Great job on the cable management, and you even went as far as to get those little like cable routing prongs to kind of like align all the cables correctly whenever you're bending or using them. And you have that cryo rig cooler with those white fans matching with the white and black cables. Nice job on that. And there is your Uni-Engine score of 7,749. Not that bad, not that bad. Anyways, there's your Discord username. Good job on that. And thank you for the submission, Shane. And props to you for making it this far and trudging through that poopy i3 that you originally had, now going to a pretty plentiful 4770K. Great job on that part. And man, I'm glad you have your computer now all pretty set and ready to go. But thank you for submitting. Let's look at the number 2 spot. So here we have Dino's Personal PC Part 2 for Super Smash builds. So the photos automatically strike me, but let's quickly look at the parts. You have a Ryzen 7 2700, a Corsair H15i Pro, an Asus Strix X370 motherboard, 16 gigabytes of G.Skill memory, a 1TB Western Digital Blue M.2 drive, and another 1TB hard drive from Western Digital, an Asus GTX 1070, a Cooler Master H500P, definitely a really cool case, and then an EVGA Supernova Nex 650 watt power supply that you got for about 1,800 bucks. Anyways, let's go ahead and read your description. I mainly use this PC for gaming and productivity like Unity or Blender. Great, 3D modeler, that's cool to see. I paid a lot for this PC with my own money, saved up over the course of a year. I only recently got a job this summer, and that helped me to improve it greatly. Something that's a bit unique about this is that it has a brand new AIO cooler that I have that is not recognized by the Corsair software for it. You could probably make an argument for returning that to Corsair and giving you a new one. The pump fans and work with the temps to about 21 to 27 degrees, okay? And also the graphics card I bought off of eBay did not come with a product box when I paid nearly $500 for it used. Yeah, that's definitely surprising. And that was during the inflation. Yeah, because you have a 1070, and if you got it for 500, then yeah, I feel sorry for you, but hey, at least the computer's there. Let's go ahead and check out the photos. Oh, that H500P, such a beautiful looking case. And there's your Corsair CPU cooler not being recognized. How hilarious. Anyways, wow, I really like the colors. It's a nice white and blue system. I just really wish that there was better lighting with these photos so I can see the full white and blue, because this looks like a beautiful computer. And I mean, the H500P with those two big 200mm fans at the front is so nice. It's such a cool case in my opinion from Cooler Master. And there's your Discord username. Great job on that. And oh man, even with that tempered glass side panel on, you can see like the cool like blue lights coming from the RAM and the CPU cooler. Oh, such a neat build, man. Anyways, here's your superposition score of 12,491. Definitely impressive. Great job with the build, and hopefully you'll get a better CPU cooler in the future that will be recognized by its software that comes with it. And now to the number 1 PC, and winning by a huge landslide, we have Darto's Daily Driver. Now Dartor, I'm just gonna say this straight up, you have some of the best pictures I've seen for a Super Smash Build submission. Maybe you've seen some really good ones, but you are definitely up there in the upper percentile. Wait till that, but let's go ahead and look at the parts. You have a Ryzen 7 1700X, an EVGA CLC 280 liquid CPU cooler, and even lists the thermal compound. You have a motherboard, of course. You have the Gigabyte GA AX370. You have 16 gigabytes of G-Skill Ripjaws V Series RAM. Yet again, all these systems have above 12 gigabytes of RAM. It's very interesting to see. Then you have a Samsung Evo 250 gigabyte SSD, a 1 terabyte Western Digital Blue hard drive, another 2 terabyte hard drive from Hitachi, a GTX 1080 Superclocked Edition graphics card, an NZXT S340, and another EVGA Supernova G2 power supply. Man, and you got this for about how much? $1,400. Okay, let's go ahead and read over the highlights of your computer. So this computer was originally built in early October 2016, but you've been slowly upgrading it since then. Anyways, it looks like you originally had a 6600K and an MSI Z170 motherboard, and eventually you upgraded that to a 1700X, which completely destroyed the 6600K. Oh, I mean, the i5 of course has better single core performance, but seems that having, twice the cores of that 1700X kind of made the deal breaker for that. And interesting, you got that for a really good price for $175 off of hardware swap. Anyways, you got, oh wow, you got that MSI, you got that Gigabyte Gaming K7 motherboard for $116 off of Amazon. Really great. And you bought it, as an Amazon warehouse deal. Okay, interesting. Anyways, you bought your 1080 from a miner on hardware swap. Seems like you have quite the thing for hardware swap. That's great to see. And you bought it for $465 to replace your 1060. Damn. Okay. All right. That is your whole system. And let's go ahead and check out those really awesome photos you provided. And I gotta say, you nailed the theme down. I've seen some really great builds in the past that I've nailed down not only the color scheme, but also just like the aesthetics and overall package that the computer provides. And I mean, everything ties in with this computer, with the EVGA CPU cooler, the EVGA Superclock 1080, and the red and black color scheme, along with a little bit of lights here and there, like not too much. And of course you have the NZXT case to complete that red and black color scheme. But very clean looking system, impressive from any angle. It could just be because you're a really good, picture taker, but man, that shot right there, that is like, I want to save that. That needs to be my desktop wallpaper sometime. But very clean looking system. I love it. It's just a pleasing computer to look at. It's all there. And I want to see the score that you get. It's because it's probably the highest. You got all your boxes right there. Great job on that. And you got a score of 15,771. And you know what? With that being said, I'm really interested if any of you guys who are watching to this point have a build to submit that uses one of the new RTX cards, because I bet you the superposition benchmark score on those would be insane, like sky high. That'd be pretty crazy. Anyways, thank you Darto, and congratulations on being the winner for Super Smash Builds for the month of August. Anyways, if you've been to this point in the video and you'd like to submit your build, Super Smash Builds, then join the ScatterVolt Discord server and read up the rules, and we'll be opening submissions very soon for the month of October. And as always, be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and all that, and the ScatterVolt channel, signing out.